It's true. We have more XRP ETFs and banks going live. Despite the price action that has us in a bad mood, we like to take a step out, zoom out a little bit, and remind folks that the fundamentals remain solid. In fact, they just keep on getting better, especially for digital assets like XRP. So without further ado, we're going to get right on into the update. All of our community resources are available at zachrector.com if you want to support the show, and we greatly appreciate it. Now, this is the official notice from the CBOE, and this is in regards to the ETFs from T-Rex, 2X Long Solana Daily Target ETF, and the T-Rex 2X Long XRP Daily ETF. These are both going to be going live tomorrow. This is the official notice out here from the CBOE. Now, you might have been expecting me to say that the 21 shares XRP spot ETF is set to go live, and it is. We just have not received the public notice like we did here from the CBOE. See, the process is you file the S1, you make amendments to the S1, and then eventually once the ETF is ready to go, you go to the exchange, whether that be NASDAQ, the New York Stock Exchange, or the CBOE, and you get them to approve of your 8A. And so once your 8A is filed, that means that it's absolutely ready to go. And then we just wait for the official notice from the exchange. So with the other spot ETFs for XRP, you would get a public notice from NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange. And then the next day, the ETF would go live. So today we're getting the notice. And for reference, today is December 1st, 2025. We're getting the notice here that the T-Rex 2X long ETFs for Solana and XRP are set to go live tomorrow. Now, I'm going to take you to the Edgar website. This is the official website from the SEC, and this is the listing all of the filings and statements that have been put out by the 21 shares XRP ETF. So you can see that we have an updated S1, which was submitted on November 20th, and an updated 8A on November 19th. So the 21 shares XRP ETF is also ready to go. We just need that official notice put forward by the CBOE, which is where the 21 shares XRP ETF is going to be listed as well. And then it'll be going live the next day. And, you might have seen it was widely circulated and being reported that 21 shares was going live today. That was not the case. As you can tell by there's no data coming in today on the 21 shares XRP ETF. Now, once again, I stood over here by myself and I said, guys, let's not get ahead of ourselves. And what I did, I even went to Grok and I asked Grok if the 21 shares XRP ETF was set to go live today. And it said, yes, this is still on track to go live. This is being widely reported. And it was basically citing influencers. First problem. I asked Grok again to go find the official statement put out by the CBOE that the ETF was set to go live, and it couldn't find it. So, sometimes you have to ask Grok or your, chosen AI platform to go check its work. And for me, I just find the most success being able to report the truth by going directly to the source. And so this is why I go to the SEC website, I go to the Edgar database, and we just look through the official filings. We go to the S1, and what do we find? That's where the truth resides. And so the 21 shares XRP ETF ready to go live. We're just waiting for the exchange notice. And then the 2X daily long ETFs for Solana and XRP from T-Rex are set to go live tomorrow. Now, all of this exposure and access to XRP is great. This is what we want to see. Now, if you guys are looking to get XRP in a qualified retirement account, an IRA, or you're looking to tap into institutional grade custody, our sponsor, iTrust Capital, does have you covered. And when you use my link down below, you will get a $100 funding bonus. Once again, you can sign up through an IRA product or their premium custody account, which provides you institutional grade custody as well. So use my link down below to get that $100 funding bonus. If you don't want to be in the ETF wrapper where you don't have direct exposure to the asset, you're paying management fees, iTrust Capital has the perfect solution for you. You can roll over a 401k, 403b, or a qualified retirement account that you have with your employer over to a crypto IRA with iTrust Capital today. So get in touch with them. Use my link down below for that $100 funding bonus. So more ETFs going live. Good. More XRP banks coming online. Let's take a look. Monica Long reposting this update from Ripple. Robust licenses equal better customer experience. With this expanded scope of payment activities for the MPI license, Ripple can scale our licensed payment services in Singapore for our growing customer base, including, wait for it, banks and fintechs. For all the folks that said no banks are working with Ripple, whoopsies. Proud to keep growing in Singapore, and they've been growing in that region. Tremendous growth over there. So I'm going to slide on over here. We're going to take a look at this article from Ripple to break down what does this exactly mean as far as Ripple and their services in Singapore. This will allow Ripple to provide end-to-end payment solutions using DPTs, which are digital payment tokens. Okay? Using digital payment tokens such as RLUSD and XRP to settle payments in a matter of minutes without the cost or operational burden of infrastructure build-out or maintenance. Single onboarding. You can replace fragmented partners with one trusted provider. Ripple streamlines operations by supporting the entire payment flow, collection, holding, swapping, and payout through a single integration. You have to understand, a lot of these banks, they have to have dozens and dozens of partners for different corridors, different services, right? And Ripple really has just become this one-stop shop. And so you have simplified digital asset access, connect digital payment tokens seamlessly, and choose whether or not to hold the DPT. Ripple eliminates the need for additional bank relationships, specialized infrastructure, or direct digital asset management. Now we got a quote here from Ripple Vice President and Managing Director of Asia Pacific Region, Fiona Murray. The Asia Pacific region leads the world in real digital asset usage, with on-chain activity up roughly 70% year over year. Singapore sits at the center of that growth. With this expanded scope of payment activities, we can better support the institutions driving that growth by offering a broad suite of regulated payment services, bringing faster, more efficient payments to our customers. Singapore has been pivotal to Ripple's global business since the company established its Asia Pacific headquarters there in 2017. The Monetary Authority of Singapore is recognized as a leader in establishing clear regulatory frameworks for digital assets. Creating an environment for financial institutions in Singapore was one of the earliest leaders globally in establishing a forward-looking regulatory framework for digital assets. And so what we have here is Ripple already has the license as a major payment institution under their subsidiary Ripple Markets APAC. But with this approval, right, this expands them for full end-to-end services and compliance. So they already had the license, and now they just have full capabilities going end-to-end, right? Now, what we see here is retail gets so focused, right? The fly-by-night speculators and gamblers who came in here to get rich quick are so focused that, all they want to talk about is price. You'll note that in today's update, I am not talking about price at all. So I don't need you to comment about price today, other than to say either you're taking advantage of this buying opportunity or not, because we're well below our fundamental value. And I'm here today, once again, to remind all of you that the fundamentals for XRP and Ripple and our broader crypto space as a whole, but I'm most excited about the fundamentals behind XRP and the catalyst that we have in front of us, but the broader crypto space as a whole, the fundamentals are tremendous. And what's happening right now is we're bleeding out because everything around us is on fire. Right, the Japan carry trade, the global margin call, people are mad about politics, people are mad about their girlfriend is mad at them, and then they take it out on XRP and Ripple. Don't be that guy, okay? Just because you made your girlfriend mad doesn't change the fundamentals about XRP. Just because the margin call is taking place around the world does not change the fundamentals about XRP. In fact, some could argue that it actually strengthens the fundamentals for an asset that could be a bridge currency and maybe a solution to the debt, currency, and liquidity crisis like we're going through right now. Maybe that solution is going to be XRP. So I put out videos like this one here today, focused on the fundamentals, more exposure through the ETFs, more banks and fintechs and institutions coming online, and Ripple being able to basically fill that role over there. In Singapore, that's just one region where they're dominating. Full global exposure right now, though, for Ripple continues to expand. And the fundamentals continue to expand, right? And so don't let all the negativity around us, all the bad things taking place around us, overshadow and make you forget that the fundamentals remain intact for XRP, and these fundamentals will lead to price appreciation. Might not happen today or over the next week, but when you zoom out and you look at what's lined up for 2026, there is not anywhere else I would be. I'm very happy with my portfolio, which is over 90% XRP, and on the defensive side, our silver is not doing too bad either. So we're perfectly positioned, the fundamentals remain intact, and none of the negativity or the bad mood that your significant other is in change that fact. So if you appreciate our updates, make sure you're helping us out by liking this video, sharing it out far and wide, and we will see you guys in the next one. God bless you all. I am your host, Zach Rector. I really appreciate all of the love and support. If you want to support the channel, just remember that you can start by smashing that thumbs up for me, sharing this content far and wide, and everything else is at my website.